Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let's call some people into the room. I'm about to start filming, so quiet on the set. You're welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm calling some people into the room. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your patience. List and fire, everyone. List and fire. List and fire, everyone. I will be back on air in 2.2 seconds. Just give me a moment to call a couple in the room. Today we're gonna get into this new deck I got, and this deck the energy is freaking crazy. The energy is freaking crazy with this deck, and I just got it. Have not used it on anyone yet, but it's been talking to me ever since it got to me. I was supposed to do this review when I first got it, but I was busy with dealing with my business in these economic times and taking care of my son and dealing with the businesses and projects that I work with. So this is a video that I think is late, but I feel that on a different perspective, it is right on time. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. Thank you for your patience. This is going to be a Black girl's perspective on the shadow of tarot, okay? So this is why I guess this video had to be done, because I wanted to make sure I shared nationwide my perspective on this shadow deck. This is a shadow deck, very different from light oracle cards, very different from a light deck or an oracle deck or a love and light deck. Shadow cards are very, very different, and they release a very, very different type of energy. Before you even use the cards, you should be feeling the energetic return of the cards. As soon as you get them, you'll know. As soon as you get your cards, you'll know real quick if the people who sent it to were taking care of the cards, if the person you purchased it from took care of the item, or the item came from a positive or negative place. But keep in mind, when you're purchasing shadow cards, you're seeing the right to basically self-initiate yourself with these cards through the owner's book. So I say be very, very careful when you decide to expand your chaotic energy through these meta tools that are created, now hear me now, that are created by other individuals. I'm one of those, okay, you have to understand this review. I'm one of those tarots that if I feel a certain level of energy has not been portrayed in the cards, I won't purchase them. If I get a certain vibe from them, I won't uh, keep them or use them. Oh, that's the page I was looking for. Okay. Forgive me. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done, you guys. Let's get the vibe right before we get started. महालक्ष्म्यै च विद्महे सर्वशक्त्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. Blissed fire, blissed fire, everyone. All right, let's get into it. Om Shreem Hreem Aim Mahalakshmi Kamaladharinyai Simhavahinyai Swaha. Om Shreem Hreem Aim Mahalakshmi Kamaladharinyai Simhavahinyai Swaha. Om Shreem Hreem Aim Mahalakshmi Kamaladharinyai Simhavahinyai Swaha. See how the energies work? I love the book. The book is really cute. I like the book. It was very well made. I like the design in front of it. I like the design of the book. The design of the book is super cute.
Energy is all there is. You know, there is nothing else.
All right, you guys, let's get into the cards. This is a review on the Tarot of Shadows deck. The Tarot of Shadows deck. Hi, everyone. My name is High Priestess Ishara, and this is a review on the Tarot of Shadow deck. The Tarot of Shadow deck. I wanted to add a shadow deck into my repertoire, another one that I didn't have, and this deck I was drawn to. This deck I was drawn to. Now, this deck is supposed to be a shadow deck, which it is, I believe so. And the cards are beautiful, but what I like about these cards is that they are simplistic. The side is plain white, but what I like is the gold finish on the back of the cards. They're really, really nice. The stock of the card is not really that thick, but I would say it's a medium stock because it has that flat back, which just denotes that your cards will last longer if you take care of them. Now, as a working goddess based out here in beautiful Hawaii, Feel free to check out my services at www.soulhealertherapist.com. That's www.soulhealertherapist.com. We here at Life Coach Healing are assisting cosmic families to elevate through private meta consultations, and also private readings and assistance. Keep in mind, here at Life Coach Healing, we are healing hearts one heart at a time, building the strong hearts of our cosmic families mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and oh yes, etherically. So if you're looking for a meta consultant who will respect the skeletons in your family's spiritual bloodline closet, feel free to check us out at www.soulhealertherapist.com or check us out on Facebook at Dark Goddess 99. That's Dark Goddess 99. I'm also on Facebook at Mambo High Priestess Isha. Now, let's get into these cards. Warning. Woo, 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 woo. Warning. Woo, 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 woo. My perspective on these cards is a dark goddess perspective. Okay. I went online and I saw a whole bunch of reviews on this deck, but I did not see any dark goddess perspectives on this deck. So this is basically a show and tell of all the cards and basically a look through, a peekaboo see of what the writer writes regarding some of these cards. I only picked a couple that I agreed with and I feel that will help you, the individual who's trying to learn how to read this particular type of deck or any shadow deck you may have. Now, keep in mind, you guys, the books that come. Oh, and for you guys who want to check out my live in my next YouTube channel, which is, I believe it's called Mambo High Priestess Ishura. Wait, let me see. Mambo HP Ishura. I will be showing and reviewing my new Tantra deck called the Decameron Tarot. The Decameron Tarot. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. You guys, I'm a Tantra master, so I do deal with sexual life force energy, and I also do offer Tantra readings for my clients. So this deck is specifically for my Tantra clients, and I will be reviewing this deck on my other YouTube channel at Mambo HP Ishura. Please like and subscribe down below. Mambo HP Ishura. All right, let's get into it. This is my Shadow of Tarot of Shadow deck. Some of you would pronounce it Tarot of Shadows, but I believe it's Shadow of Tarot. But that's just me, and I kind of look at things on the flip side of things more so than regular humanoid people. Like I said, I like the silver shiny backing that they have for these cards. Now let's look at the cards that they've given us. I want to do a quick, I never did this. I never did this perspective before. This is cool. Okay, I want to, here we go. I want to give you guys a quick run through of the cards first before I get into the ones that I liked the most. I know what I want. Give me 1 second, you guys. Feel free to fast forward and get to, I guess, the picture part. If you want to see the picture part, you guys, just give me 1 second. I have to be very careful on what music I play here on YouTube because I don't want them to violate me. So I want to make sure that you see it. Oh, I like that. Can you see it? Yeah. First card. I hope you guys can see this. Shatan. Necromancy. Exorcism. The Witch's Sabbath. Mirrors. Asmodeus. Embodiment of evil. Star of Lucifer. Reflected light. Notice they use the scorpion in the reflected light because the reflection of good is bad. So when you are truly a light bearer, when you are truly a guardian, an illuminated guardian of light, please understand that this light tends to be aggressive, tends to be hardcore, and tends to be a little hurtful at times. And I feel that's why he utilized the scorpion with the card reflected light. Grace. Last Judgment. Black Mass. Antichrist Fool. Does the Antichrist Fool look like a white man to you guys? Does the Antichrist Fool look like a white man to you guys? That's funny.
What if a deodorant worked so well?
False prophets.
Child from being bullied.
False prophets.
Treat the symptom of
Daughters of men. Archons. Oh, I like the Archons card. Simon of Syrian. Voodoo ritual. Ring of Fastrada. Ring of Fastrada. Archimedes mirror. Protection from evil spirits. Sorcerers of protection. Sorcery tools. Four winds. I like this card. The four winds. What I don't like about this card is that there isn't a woman entity drawn into the picture. When there is a woman god of wind, there should have been a woman. Again, you guys, keep in mind, my perspective of the reading of this card set is going to be different. I only do videos that I feel don't have my perspective on YouTube, and should a like mind be looking for a review regarding this deck because they potentially might buy it and they want the review from a black dark goddess, then here it is, baby, live and direct. My perspective will be different from other witches and readers. Yeah, I feel a woman should have been displayed in this artwork for it to be completely correct. But I take what I want and I leave the rest. The three fates. Scapegoat. Magic wand. Lord Pengerwick. You guys, what I like about this deck. What I like about this deck is the way he set up I don't even know who wrote it, but whoever created this deck created the deck differently. With this shadow deck, what they did is they broke it down in sacred symbols. Then they also broke it down in magically noted and chronicalized alchemist of magic, of math, of the dark arts and the occult. What I liked about this deck is that he included some alchemists within the cards, and certain alchemist categories um, can be used to interpret someone's prospective life goals, actions, or future actions. So I love that part. And I also love how he put a plethora of different demons within the deck. He did an awesome job with it. But he also added some energies that I wasn't familiar with. And there are certain cards we're going to go through towards the end that me as a dark goddess kind of was put onto because of this deck, because the person who created this deck comes from their own downloads, their own uploads, whereas I myself, I have my own downloads and uploads, and they're in like the millions. So the fact that I was able to get some information out of these cards that I wasn't privy to or wasn't aware of at the time, I love that about this deck. Keep in mind, you guys, I utilize energy more so. I'm not a fake witch, I'm a real ass witch. I utilize energy. So when it comes to the tarot and when it comes to the book that's given, that shit ain't shit. Because when the tarot creator created the deck, he created a deck with certain perspectives within their mindset. So when you take this meta tool, you have to make it your own. If you don't know how and would like help assisting with learning how to read your tarot cards better, Life Coach Healing is here to help. Excuse me, I didn't eat lunch, so I'm eating a banana cake. Also, I deal with assisting with nutritional regime and regimen for individuals who are trying to clear out the junk from not only in their life during this time of quarantine, but also within their inner body. I am a meta nutritionist and I assist and facilitate cosmic families around the world to not only eat better, but to feel, think, and do better. I also assist witches in rising within their Jacob's ladder of their knowing. And I have private per diem consultations and also monthly membership consultations to assist witches, empath, and just all around deep individuals who want to take their knowing of this dark, chaotic, beautiful thing called forever expansion of the universe and utilize it for their good during these hard times. Feel free to hit me up at Dark Goddess 99 or check me out and our company Life Coach Healing at www.soulhealertherapist.com. Let's get back into this review, you guys, of the Shadow Deck. Lady Peggerwick. Lady Peggerwick. Centaur, Chiron. Centaur, Chiron. Inventors of evil. Holy water. The Witch of Frodon. The Witch of Frodon. Angelica herb. Spoon of rosemary. That's another thing I really, really liked about this deck. They included herbs in the deck too. So not only do you get spirit, not only do you get demon, not only you get extraterrestrial energies within the deck, but you also get symbols, sacred symbols from the downloads from the guy who created this or the girl who created this deck. And also you get certain herbs within the deck. And that's what I like about this shadow deck. It has a little bit of everything, a little bit of energy, a little bit of herbs, a little bit of sacred symbols. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of also Americanized storylines of indigenous and primordial origins. And I love that. All the people they speak about in this deck are just what you guys call the mythological, but what I call the real true history of the human race when it comes to Black melanated power. Okay, so know that most of the people like the witches and the scientists and the mathematicians in this deck are just representations of the true mythological indigenous information that comes from our historical facts that we have sadly forgotten because we're living in such a low vibrational world. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy cosmic content and you want to make sure you stayed current and true with all the information. And you can do that with Life Coach Healing. Please like and subscribe down below. All right, let's get back into the Tarot of Shadow, or as I call them, the Shadow of Tarots. The Shadow of Tarots. Review. Peonies. Oh, this is like the wedding flower of the world. Peonies. Oh. Parsley, basil, parsley, basil, and fern. Tobias and the demon. Job. That's another thing I liked about this deck. With this deck, they also gave biblical representations of the mythology of the true indigenous, what you guys Americans call mythological, but in all actuality, it's the true indigenous forgotten truth of the Titans and the the Vikings, and also the mythological gods and goddesses that did walk this earth before Earth made us forget. So I love the stories that they include regarding biblical stories, because I'll say it again with the scientists. These are just reincarnated energies that walked the earth before we evolved to this low vibrational space we call human earth, the Milky Way galaxy. The Holy Grail. Agrippa, witch, Aristo, witch, Aristo, Monk Abel. I'm kind of connected to this card, you guys. The Monk Abel, when I saw this card, a past life of mine popped up in my head, and it was ridiculously sick because it reminded me one of the reasons why I got this deck to begin with. Monk Ebel, I see you. Ghost. Trolls. Guys, do you know that trolls are not only itty bitty, but they're also very large and very small, depending on what region of the land you go to, from Ireland to Irish. So don't believe the hype. There are giant trolls. Swagger. Salacity. Wrath. Laziness. Averse. I also like how he put the virtues that we cannot control within the deck, like laziness. They put in characteristics of certain of our human downfalls within, and I feel like it fits well with a shadow deck. We almost done. Envy, gluttony, Magic ointment. Excalibur sword. Abracadabra. Magic words. Words are spells, you guys. Forbidden fruit. I think I'm going to color this card black. Just for the fuck of it. I'm going to add some melanin to her skin tone. You guys, when it comes to your tarot deck, make sure you make it your own. Because if you don't make your tarot deck your own, that deck will be a meta tool for the person who wrote the deck. If you become too much of a slave to the rules and regulations of what the book says, your magic, your interpretations, your divination will be restricted. Don't restrict your magic. I like this one. Orpheus.
How far away?
Orpheus. Agasphar. Lady of Shallott's mirror. Theophilus. Renunciation. Uch, symbol of sun spirit. Bethor, symbol of Jupiter's spirit. Haggith, symbol of Venus spirit. Sickle of Saturn. Hecate, Lord of the Covenant. A lot of Catholic energies in this deck. Beelzebub, Ashtaroth. Vulgar magic. Look at that. Look at that. Don't let a motherfucker get this card pulled during a reading. Ooh. Something's about to go down. Something seriously is about to go down. Victim of temptation. Ooh, those are my addicts, yo. Those are my addicts. Victim of temptation. When you don't have balance of your passions, you have unorganized chaos. Reversed wheel. Whiskey fire, one whiskey fire. All right. Now, I'm just going to talk about a couple of the cards to give you an expansive aspect of the deck. All right, you guys, we're going to start off with number 37. Number 37. 7. I want to go over some cards because I read the whole book, but my thing is there were certain cards that I liked the story that was connected to it because it facilitated with an overstanding of a certain perspective of my life. I wanted to talk about first of Lord Pettigrew, of Lord Pettigrew, Pendrewick, Lord Pendrewick. I was like, who the fuck is Lord Pendrewick? Lord Pendrewick, the great wizard, studied the secret knowledge of the occult with sorcerers of the East. When Lord Pendrewick settled in Cornwall, he brought a woman of unparalleled beauty with him. Most likely, that woman was a witch in some way. Because usually, when you hear these old stories of a beautiful, enchanting woman, usually they're not really speaking about the beauty, the aesthetic beauty of a woman. They're talking about her power of allure. And sometimes, even the most ugliest witches drew the most highest suitors because their energy of attraction is that intense. The magic is that strong. In this world, we pretend about magic, but you really truly know the power of someone's magic by their energy, by their presence, by when they're around certain energies. So her beauty was so outlandish and exotic for the local population of many thoughts she was a Saracen. Is that a word for sorcerer? I don't know. Soon the Lord's neighbors started spreading rumors about strange things occurring at the household. They witnessed strong odors spreading from the house, a result of rituals during Lord Widrick while he was burning strange substances for magical purposes. No person was allowed to enter the Lord Pedrowick's castle except his faithful servants who were under the magic spell. Servants and other workers were not allowed to talk about any of the things happening at the castle. Often at night, and particularly in the stormy weather, Lord Pedrowick used to read spells from his book in an unknown language for hours, summoning spirits. His voice echoed on the hill so loudly it overpowered the sound of the waves crashing on the rocks. And spirits replied like the roar of thunder. That makes me laugh because my element is thunder and I could literally manipulate energy thunders, when I'm in the right mood. One day, being frightened by the demons and worried for the integrity of the castle, the servants got together to decide about whether to leave the castle or not. They were afraid that the demons started having their upper hand of the house in their strife with their humans, and that Lord Pedrowick was no more able to control the situation. However, his wife watched over the Lord, and on the brink of catastrophe, she picked up her harp. She has a harp. Yo. Okay, I didn't read this story. I'm reading this story off cuff. What I think is funny, I'm a magical, mystical music millionaire, and I was actually just looking to purchase a fucking harp because I want to use it for a ritual. And I think that's funny. And I did not tell you that bitch was a rich in the beginning of the story. I didn't read this one, so I'm reading this off cuff. Okay, so please understand that the fact that she had a harp, and I know it's about to play a part in the story, I already knew that because I've always had, not always had, but right now I have a desire to purchase a harp, and I've just been recently shopping for a for not a huge harp, but a little harp I can use and travel with me. You know, these energies, these indigenous energies that we do not remember, they are forcibly trying to push you to remember through circumstance. Okay? They're going to push you to remember through circumstance. Yes, the world is being run by a lot of devilish motherfuckers. A lot of devilish motherfuckers. But if you learn how to manipulate your energy, and if you don't know how, here at Life Coach Healing, we're here to help. Feel free to DM us on Facebook on my profile, which is Mambo High Priestess Ishura. Mambo High Priestess Ishura. So she picked up her harp and started playing. Such was the beauty of the sounds coming from the harp. that the demons could do nothing but flee. Suddenly, the castle and the sorcerer's tower became peaceful again, and the servants decided to return and never to speak about the past events that occurred. And although they were afraid of the Lord's fury, their hearts were full of love for their mistress. The power of magic and of music is real, and you can utilize these sacred sounds to forever self ignite the power of your black melanated energy source. Yes, you too, white lady, I'm talking to you. Yes, you too, white boy from the Irish culture, I'm talking to you too. We all have black melanated power, but we have forgotten. And until you learn to ignite your flame, you will forever be a slave in this low frequency realm called the Milky Way galaxy, Earth. That was the card Lady Pedgerwink. I think I said male Mr. Pedgerwink. Lady Pedgerwink. She's a witch. I knew it. I knew it. Before even reading her story, I knew she was a witch. All right. The next card we're going to go to, you guys, is 42. If you have the deck, join with me. 42. The Witch of Frodham. The Witch of Frodham. Who is the Witch of Frodham? Since ancient times, I didn't want to do this card, but I already said peonies is a sacred herb. Peonies has been considered a royal flower, the flower of rulers and nobility. Peonies, or peone, is derived from the Greek mythology peona. And that's what I like about this deck. It also has herbs in it. You know what I'm saying? But I know what the herbs are, so I didn't need to review the herbs because I know how powerful the herbs are. The student of miraculous healer Asclepius was able to perform medical miracles in one of these. He even healed Hades, the god of the underworld, from wounds afflicted by Hercules. Legend has it that Peonies has given this plant for Leto, Apollo's mother. Hold on for a minute, you guys. Excuse me, I'm doing a live. Can you go in front of your house? You're disturbing my life. Can you go in front of your house? You don't live here. Please go in front of your house. I'm doing a live and I can hear y'all laughing. I'm working right now. This is how I work. I work from home. Thank you. Play in front of your house. I'm so glad the kids are outside, but they don't have to be outside. Just saying. Just saying. They don't have to be outside in front of my door. You got a house, go to it. I'm a dark goddess for real. Don't play with me. Okay. But I'm glad the kids are outside playing. But they can't play in front of my fucking door. Period. Okay? Unless they're playing with my son. That's a different story. And they are not. Okay. It also says that Asclepius was actually unable to bear the thoughts that a student of his has such miraculous abilities. Blinded by jealousy, he ordered Peony's death. But Hades, being grateful for his help, did not allow Peony to die and turned him into a beautiful flower, which since bears the name Peonies. So, Peonies is actually an ancient mythological energy source from the past. Like I said earlier in the video, all of these are just repeated, recycled breakdowns of our true indigenous times. All right, the next one, the Witch of Frodham. The Witch of Frodham. 42. Who is the Witch of Frodham? The Witch of Frodham. Too often, Lord Pedgewick had to reverse the spells of the Witch of Frodham, reportedly the most powerful witch in the western part of the country. Every disease she sent to the people of nearby villages, every put curse was thwarted by the wise wizard. As her wrath against Lord Pedgewink grew deeper, she pledged her soul to the devil in return for his help. As a moonlit night, she betook herself to Kenneth Cove and whispered her incantations in the silent night. A hissing structure with wrinkled muzzle instantly appeared at her feet. He whispered to her the way to have Petterwink under her spell. She was to prepare a tub of poisoned waters and place it at the roadside for the Lord's mar. The water would render the mar restive, thus cause an accident that would bring Lord Pedgewink to the ground. The wounded lord was in his agony to be drenched by the old witch in some hell broth, brewed in the dark kiss of night. This would bring the sage under her power forever. The next night, she went up the winding path to the crossroads, through which she knew Lord of Pedgewink must pass. There, she placed her tub of poison in the middle of the road and hid herself in the roadside ditch. Suddenly, the witch heard a sound coming from the deserted road. So she hid even deeper into the shadows. On came the horse and its master, the mare, frightened by the strange object on the crossroad, raised herself up upright on her hind legs. The sage proved to be too provident. He leaned forward and whispered in the ears of the horse. The mare immediately turned and kicked the bucket over. It rolled along the road and struck the pot standing at the feet of the witch. Immediately, the pot assumed the shape of the coffin, and the terrified witch found herself in that motherfucker. The sage shouted something in the night sky. A tornado arose, and the devil was in the midst of it. It took the coffin with the witch, and along with the devil, they disappeared in the night. Lord Pedgewick quietly went back home at night during a storm surge. He could feel the witch riding her broom in the center of the hurricane, occasionally dropping down to stir up the sea beneath. One word of his shouted from the roof tower was enough to calm down the storms. I talk about yelling magic in my master class. Yes, I offer a master class in mastering your shadow self. I believe until you learn to master your shadow self, you really shouldn't try to tap into dark energies because they may fuck around and make you a slave or lie, trick, and steal you to believing that they're helping you, but in all actuality, they're holding you down. So here at Life Coach Healing, we assist with a master class, which is $222.22 for a month dedication worth of magically intensive training so you can master your true shadow self. We all have a shadow self. And here at Life Coach Healing, we teach individuals in private lessons how to master their shadow self. $222.22. Feel free to send me a message or DM me or call at 347-650-8134. That is my business line for all of my clients. Blissed and fire, you guys. Okay. And he shouted from the rooftop to calm the storms and the witch and to compel the defeated enemy to peace. So she screams no more. Ha! So the Witch of Frodham was a very powerful witch that was chasing the fuck out of Pedgewink. Because I get it, Witch of Frodham. He was a high level sorcerer and you wanted to tap into that magic. I get it. I totally get it. People are doing it around the world right now. Let's go to 47, you guys. Still moving. Let's keep going. Still moving. 47. Let's go to 47. Shout out to all my YouTube family. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Shout out to my YouTube family. Please like and subscribe. Here it is. Aha. I like this story. I read this story already, and I thought this was the only story I was going to read, but then I found other cards I wanted to read real quick, just in case you were questioning or wondering like I was. This is Tobias the Demon. Now, remember, you guys, when I do readings for my clients, I don't go by the book. But what I like about keeping the books or having the mini books is that should I do a reading for myself and a card comes up that I don't comprehend, then I go to the book for the creator's perspective. Usually that doesn't happen often, but when it does, that's what I usually do. So I always keep the book for emergency purposes, but I rarely use the books because I want my readings to reflect my interpretation of the cards and not the person who created them. You creating the card is just going to draw me to either buy them or keep them or buy them or get rid of them. Tobias the Demon. Oh, this is an awesome story. Tobias the Demon. The book of Tobit in the part of the Bible belonging to the Deuteronomical books of the Old Testament. Although its author is unknown, its origin can be traced back to the last 2 centuries of BC. The book of Tobit tells the story of Tobit, a righteous Israelite, his son Tobias, and a Hebrew woman, Sarah. If I'm not mistaken, Hebrews were, no, was it the other ones were heathen? I forget which one were heathens. Oh, Gentiles. The Gentiles were heathens in the Bible. Hebrews were like the religious cultures within the Bible, the religious sanctions of the Bible. Sarah lived in Medea. Medea. Media. Wait a minute. Medea. 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 Gun toting Medea. Medea is a goddess too, if you didn't know. Did you know that? Medea is a goddess? But we got to get deep into a thing. Tobit, his wife Hannah, and their son Tobias made their home in Nineveh. After Sargon II deported the northern tribes of Israel to Assyria in 721 BC. Fearless of the king's wrath, Tobit makes sure that all his brothers who were slain by Assyrian swords receive proper burial. Sounds like a priest to me. One evening, he returns home. You burying motherfuckers. You a priest, my nigga. I'm sorry. You're burying the dead, and they're whether, I don't care if they're family, they're your friends, or just someone you decided to bury, you become a nature priest. Oh, speaking of, shout out to all of my Hawaiian dwellers. If you're looking for a magical, dark goddess to officiate your spiritual union with your lover, soon to be husband, please know that I am an official officiant for the island Hawaii. So if you're looking for a dark goddess to marry you and your husband or you and your wife, please feel free to hit me up and let's talk about it next time. If you're ever going to get married in Hawaii, just know that I am a marriage officiant in Hawaii, and I know how to marry spiritual individuals who go deeper than just the words that are being relayed to during the wedding. You get a complete spiritual ritual of protection for you and your partner before the wedding, and after the wedding you get a talisman of protection from me to always keep your family safe with my dark energy magic. I also have available a Haitian Mambo priest that can also facilitate with protection rituals for the happy couple, for all the unseen haters that may be in their energy field that they want to protect themselves from as they join a union. Because let me tell you guys something, marriage is really serious. Even regular city hall marriages, you get a lot of hateful energies coming from around you when you marry, whether it's a positive marriage, a forced marriage, a negative marriage, or a marriage of business. Okay, so know that right now earth is forgotten. Yeah, you need a pastor, but you also need a witch, a healer, to make sure that your union is protected on all sides. I've turned away marriages because I've had lovers who did not agree to the protection rituals. If you're not willing to protect me in the ethers, I'm not trying to marry you in this earth, okay, in this earthly low vibrational world. So know that if you're looking for an officiant for a deeper spiritual marriage, please contact us at Life Coach Healing at www.soulhealertherapist.com, or on Facebook at Dark Goddess 99 or Mambo High Priestess Ishra. So, as he was returning from burying a man that he buried from the streets, he stayed true and complied with the Hebrew laws that forbade a person who touched a dead body to enter the household during the Pentecost. So Tobias had just finished burying a dead person, but because of the Sabbath law, he was not allowed to walk back inside his house, because at the time of his burial, at the time that he buried this dead person, it was during the time of Sabbath. So Tobit decided to sleep in the yard near the wall. But fate is hard with him, and that he is blinded by a sparrow dropping that falls into his eyes, falling into despair. For blindness has strained his marriage. He prays to God for death. So now, deal with me, kill me, command my life to breathe, my last breath to be taken from me, that I may depart from the face of earth and become dust. It is better for me to die till now. So basically, within this story, Tobit loses his blindness. But let's go deeper into a thing, you guys. You do get that you have to go blind to a certain point to actually see the things you weren't seeing when you had sight. It gets deep like that. Do you hear me? It gets deep like that. So remember, these stories that you hear over and over and over again are just reminders of the power that is sleeping in you. You need help? Check out Life Coach Healing. We'll show you how. Far away as Tobias hurts in turmoil because he is blinded by a sparrow. At Ekabatana in Media, Sarah is also in despair, for she has been given in marriage to 7 husbands. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Listen, bitches. Sarah, 5, not 6. But Sarah has been married 7 times. But the wicked, and this demon is in the deck. But though I like the way he interprets the information. He did a good job. Whoever did this tarot deck. It goes, because to me, it's not who did the card is important. It's what the cards display and the energy it releases is important to me. But the wicked demon, Asmodeus, kept killing them off before they could have their way with her in sacred intercourse. That's not what he wrote, but that's how I read it, bitches. As is prescribed of wives. Now, like Tobit, she prays to the gods. She prayed to God for death. But God had different plans. I should say the other gods. And this is the parts I don't agree with, the way he wrote it. But you can tell he is giving you the information from an outside perspective and not really giving you information from an inside perspective. Ishara, what makes you different from the 30,000 followers of the other motherfuckers who are followed by other motherfuckers? My information comes from the inside out, whereas most information from other people come from the outside in. Okay, but God has different plans, but the gods have different plans for them. He decides to answer the prayers and sends Raphael, disguised as human, to heal them both. Do you guys know who Raphael is? Well, let me tell you who Raphael is from my experience with Raphael. Okay? Raphael was a motherfucker who fucked with Shantan hard body. But then he sold himself to the fucking hybrids. So now he works for the religious sanctions of this low vibrational universe. Fuck you, Raphael. Fuck you, Gabriel. Fucking fake ass fucking angels that turned from they posse. Whatever. I know one thing for sure. Y'all motherfuckers work for me now, bitches. I was working for you for a long time when I was raised as a Catholic bitch, but no more. Y'all do what the fuck I say or stay the fuck away from me. Raphael and Gabriel, kiss my fucking Catholic, brown, sexy, tantric having ass bitches. Looking for your lover, dealing with issues with your twin flame, not really sure if you even want to be with another person. Okay? Are you dealing with the heavy feelings of abuse and abandonment? Are you dealing with a special need adult that just does not listen? When you perform a Tantra reading with Life Coach Healing, we assist with life force energy, with moving energy to help and facilitate you to rise on multiple levels. So if you're lacking in love, sexual or otherwise, we here at Life Coach Healing can help and train and assist you to train to move your vibrations on a multiple etheric level. Now, as T.O.E.T and Sarah are going through these problems, because Sarah has been married fucking 7 fucking times, and none of the marriages have been able to be consummated sexually. All the motherfuckers end up dying. I know fucking Sarah back in the day was like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why the fuck my husbands keep on fucking dying? I don't get it. Sarah didn't know she was a witch. Sarah didn't know that she was anointed and that only the high-level sacreds can touch her sacredness. Sarah thought she was cussed. But it was just a higher purpose that Sarah didn't see. There's a lot of you Sarahs out there, y'all fucking happening, wondering why you keep on losing husbands. Because they're making room for your grand union. It gets deep like that. So, T.O.E.T, as she prays, so does T.O.E.T pray to the gods for death. But gods, they had a different plans for them. They decide to answer the prayers for both and send Raphael, disguised as a human, to heal them both, to restore T.O.E.T's sight and rid Sarah of the wicked demon, Asmodeus. Meanwhile, T.O.E.T decides to send Tobias to Medea to collect money that he had deposited there. That was the moment when Raphael was presented himself as Azariah. Azariah. And Azariah, who is actually the angel hidden Raphael, offered to accompany and aid Tobias on his distant journey. This is all these stories that these white people tell you regarding these mythological features are just stories of energy told in story form. This so-called guardian angel called freaking, what is his name again? Because I don't like him. Called Raphael the angel, who's disguised as Azariah. Azariah is just the higher entities facilitating with the rise. This is the cosgasms that he's having with the higher energy forces. At that moment, when Raphael was presented himself, he offered help. On the way, they make a stop at River Tigris, where a fish tries to swallow Tobias's foot. By the angel's order, he captured it and removes his heart, liver, and gallbladder. Do you notice for Tobias to heal himself, he had to fucking kill a thing? Did you see that? He had to take the life of the fish, or the fish was going to take the life of his foot But he didn't know about that killing till that hidden angel, fire angel, came and did what the fuck he had to do and taught him what he had to do. And I sipped tea on that because I just got lightheaded. Warning, as a Mambo high priestess, I allow energies to possess my body. This is why I'm great at what I do, and this is why I am a high-end metaphysical, spiritual consultant. Okay? I am a hypersensitive hybrid being warrior. And my magic is my sacred temple, my body. So to utilize these energies, it's more than talking about a thing, but it's interacting with them. And I have no qualms about interacting with the energies who love the fuck out of me. Yeah, it makes me different. Yeah, I can count on my fingers how many friends I have. Yeah, I can count on my fingers how many times I fuck a nigga physical dick. I can count on my fingers how many times I've ever blessed a man with mouth congress, which is the biggest sacred tantra sex act you can do. Haven't done it much, but I'm pretty awesome at it when it's supposed to be done. This is why I feel like we women in this realm, they say black women don't give head. No, no, nigga. We give head. We just give head to the right motherfuckers. Because we know, even not knowing, that the out of the action of the mouth congress, the sacred union of mouth congress, is a heavy, deep sexual form of magic. And it should only be done with the highest gods. Looking to tap into your sexual magic, hit up my DM in Facebook for your private tantra consultations. I think it was so funny. My son, he's 13. And when I got the cards, I asked him to pass me the cards or something. I had to do something with them. And when he passed me the cards, he looked at my deck and was like, "What type of cards are these, Mom?" And he passed me the deck. I said, "These are my Tantra cards. I use them for my Tantra clients. It helps me to facilitate with the rising and the informing of my clients how to help them rise their physical, spiritual, emotional, mental life force energy, which is sexual energy." He was like, and he walked away. My son is so funny. My son is hilarious. In Medea, Raphael, Sarah's father, slaughters a ram from the flock and gives them by the angel order, he kills the fish. In Medea, Raphael, Sarah's father, slaughters a ram from the flock and gives them a warm reception. During the feast, I guess they bump into Sarah's father. During the feast, Tobias asks Raphael, the angel asks Tobias, to give him his daughter as a wife. The latter agrees, but he warns Tobias about Sarah. "I have given her in marriage to 7 different husbands who were kinmen of mine, and all died on the very night they approached her." The young man insists, as Raphael instructs him to. Remember, Tobias is getting these messages from fucking Raphael. This is how we, as human individuals, can get the messages. But they've made you guys so afraid of dark energy that you're afraid to listen to these fucking messages. That's fine. Pay me to talk to them. I got you. Pay me to talk to them. I got you. I haven't met a spirit. I can't fucking talk to you, my niggas. I'm just saying. So know that they've been doing it ancient after ancient after ancient times. Energy speaks. And this is how the Raphaels are able to talk to the Tobiases. It's only because energy is 666, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, to my science heads out there. Energy, like the energy in the sun, like the energy in your heart. This is how we communicate. This ain't no motherfucking razzle dazzle, abracadabra shit that you're making up, my nigga. This is the real shit. And when you learn how to manipulate energy, nothing will be denied. You heard what the fuck I just said. Nothing will be denied of we. Because when you know how to manipulate that energy, woo, you are the God within your kingdom. Now, Raphael instructs him. The young man insists, as Raphael instructs him to burn the fish, liver, and heart to drive away the demon. Ah, that's that magic shit. You saw that, right? That's that. Y'all like, all right, y'all don't want to pay me? Then do it yourself. This fish was about to take Tobias's leg. Okay? Tobias killed that fucking fish. And not only did he kill it, he kept the gallbladder, he kept the bone. And then when he was faced with this challenge, woo, this challenge to marry this witch whose every intended fucking died before intercourse. It gets deep like that. Y'all, a lot of you got a lot of spiritual husbands and spiritual wives that stay fucking in your humanoid relationships and keeps you apart from your true twin flame connections. But that's another video. Look out for my video on spiritual partners, husbands and wives. A lot of y'all are fucked over with this shit. And y'all think it's your bad luck. No, motherfuckers. You are royal and you're only allowed to deal with certain motherfuckers. And that's just it for some of you. For some of you, y'all cross, but it could be easily healed. You see what Tobias did? Tobias took the parts of the fish that tried to kill him and he burnt that bitch. And he drove away the demons that could have potentially killed his ass while he took that dick and ran it up in Sarah. He was like, nah, nigga, today's not a day to die, motherfucker. He's like, nah, Sarah, it's going down, bitch. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Tobias and Raphael wasn't about to let that shit go down. Raphael was like, yo, Tobias. Raphael was like, yo, Tobias, get the gallbladder, then burn that shit, and then you will let that pussy allow your dick to enter. Tobias was not gonna die today. Yo, I'm a funny motherfucker. Oh my God. Tobias is like, nah, fuck that. I'm getting that dick. That I'm getting that pussy. Fuck that. Raphael was like, burn a fish. Okay? If you want to feel what that pussy feel like the day after, and you don't want to be number 8, then burn the fish. Yo. Today hasn't even started yet, and I'm totally enjoying my day. Shout out to my YouTube family. Please like, share, and subscribe down below to any cosmic family. Oh, I'm finished the review. Well, not really. I'm still doing the review, but we're going into a couple of cards, not too many, to help elongate and help you guys understand that dark energy is an ism. And if it's either you're going to learn to rock with the ism or you're not. That's just how it goes. Okay. The young man. Okay. All right. The young man insists that Raphael instincts instructs him to burn the fish's liver and heart to drive away the demon when he attacks on the wedding night. And so it happened. At the night after the wedding, the fumes of the burning organs drive the demons away, ecstatic by that fact that his son in law is still alive. The next day, Raphael orders a 2-week feast for celebration. During this time, Tobias asks Raphael to reclaim his father's money. At the end of the 2 weeks, Tobias, his wife, and Raphael return to Nivea. Let me tell you something about a sacred union with the high level with the high level bloodlines within the family. Should sacred unions who leave single but come back in a high level union to the bloodlines, do you know how many curses that breaks? I'm out here with a real. Do you know how many curses that breaks? Because usually it is the black sheep that run away or move away or walk away or explore away from the family. There's a reason for that exploration, because within yourself, you know that what you are looking for will not be where you were born. What you are looking for will be out in the world. And until you search, until you find, until you experience, until you hurt, until you bleed enough, you don't have enough dark, chaotic initiations to be of any high level good to the curses or to the sanctions within your bloodline. No, it's a big thing to leave your family single and come back in a high level marriage union. Whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, or whether it's fucking etheric. Marriage was something that happened for the high level royals. Now y'all just willy-nilly and getting married. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to marry my husband because in this realm, they rape the couples. So yeah, me and my husband will get it in together, but separately. Why the fuck would I get married when the government will consider me and my husband one? So they're bringing both our incomes together, which is not really showing our true incomes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you choose to do what you want to do. Marriage is deeper than a piece of paper going to City Hall. Marriage is a commitment, is a legal, etheric, cosmic contract bond between two energy sources choose to come together for the good of their bloodline. Believe that. So at the end of the 2 weeks, Tobias comes back with his wife. He goes and returns to Nineveh, where Raphael instructs the young man how to cure Tobit's blindness with the fish skulls. Oh, he didn't burn the fish skulls, but he took the fish skulls from his travels after he married his new witchy royal wife and took it back home to his father Tobit so he can heal his father's blindness. Hot damn. Raphael then reveals his identity to the two men. I shall now tell you the whole truth and conceal nothing at all to you. I was sent to you to put you to the test. At the same time, however, God sent me to heal you and your daughter in the gods has sent me to you for the test. At the same time, however, the gods have sent us to you and your daughter-in-law, Sarah. I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand and serve before the glory of the Lord. And he ascended to the heavens, grateful for God's blessings. Tobit composes a song of joyful praise. Tobit dies in peace at the age of 112. With his dying breath, he advised his son to take his family and return to Media before God destroys Nineveh. If you guys can get out of New York City, get the fuck out of New York City. This is to all my spirits, my spirit energy vibes who were like me and couldn't handle the energy of the demons who are being forced to run amok in the cities. Get out of New York. Get out of New York if you can. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall and it's gonna be ugly. And they keep on telling me the Tower of Babel, the Tower of Babel, the Tower of Babel, the Tower of Babel. Do you know I dreamt about the Tower of Babel before I even knew what it was when I was super young? And the tower always was endeavored in my mind because I didn't know what it was. All I knew is that I was extraterrestrial. I was saving a hybrid monkey that was having experiments being put on him while he was in the tower. And my mission as an extraterrestrial, I knew I wasn't monkey. I was extraterrestrial because I remember being able to jump real high and swing real high, but I was also jumping real high. I was like a advanced, I guess you could say, monkey, but I wasn't heavy. I was very light on my feet. And I remember I had to go in the tower. This is one of my past lives that was revealed to me in a dream when I was a child. And I remember going into the Tower of Babel and trying to save this beaten down test run on monkey. And I remember as I was pulling him out of the Tower of Babel, that's when the fire and the works and the brimstone started happening. And I remember I lost the entity I was trying to save. I remember telling him, keep up with me, let's go, keep up with me, let's go. But I knew if they caught me, I would be even in more trouble than the entity that I was trying to release. And for a long time when I was a kid, I beat myself up about that life because I felt like I didn't complete my journey. I didn't complete my quest, which was to save him. For a long time, I beat myself up when I was a kid. I should have saved him. I should have saved him. Did I save him? Every time I had the dream, I would wake up and not know if I saved the energy I was supposed to save. It fucked me over. But then, like Tobias, and the only reason I'm sharing this because I want you guys to see how the energies try to share this information that we have forgotten going through our mother's vagina tunnel of forgetfulness. Long time I beat myself up about that quest. And I was dreaming about the Tower of Babel before I even saw a picture of it. Because I remember when I saw a picture of it in school, I went right back to when I was that age, when I had that dream. And that was the same fucking picture. I had the dream when I was super young before I started school. There was no way I could have programmed my mind of the Tower of Babel at such a young age. And when I saw it when I was older, I was like, oh shit. That's the building of my dream where I was trying to save that gorilla who was getting experimented on. And all the dream came back to me hard body and I started to cry. The reason I brought that up is because you guys need to understand that these energies will share with you the information and it will be the truth. The question is, are you going to take the true light truth or the false light truth? False light. Beyonce, false light, the so-called Illuminati in the entertainment biz, false light. She's Tamanu, bitch, false light. Oh, Hotep, nigga, false light. Oh, my business only made 80,000. I need to make 90,000. False light. I want the bitch with the big booty. False light. I gotta get 1,000 subscribers this week. All of that shit is false light. Until you start chasing the true light, which is inside of you, you'll always be searching. You're always lost. And life coach healing is to assist the cosmic family who want to continue the rise wholeheartedly and truthfully. Ew, boogers. For a long time, I beat myself up. until I had an awesome guy come to me. I had a white guy who I never met. I think it was a dating app or something. And we just started vibing on like a soul connection. I truly feel that he was a soul connection because it was really easy to talk to him. I didn't have, those butterfly feelings I would for someone I'm trying to fuck or whatever. And it was just a good vibration. Long story short, within our little Tinder conversation, he reveals to me without even me bringing it up. And that's what usually happens because spirit, the people who come into my life have something to prove. So if they don't show me that they know me from a past life, I can't really fuck with them. So he goes out and he goes, basically, long story short, he brings up the story of my dream. And he's like, yo, I had a dream, pop, 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 and you were in it, pop, 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 pop. And then I started to cry. I literally started to break down and cry. And I was like, oh my God, you're talking about a past life situation of mine where I felt like I didn't complete my assignment. He was like, he was like, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You helped him. You never saw him again. No, but you helped him and he got out. He wasn't caught again. He was free. You freed him. He's okay. He's good. After that, now, just because I wanted it to be true, there's a high possibility that that was false and I never saved him. And because I wanted to save him and I wanted that information to be true, I thought it was true. But what affirmed it was a second sign that was showed to me after I cried. My emotions are dead giveaway of if I'm being truthful or not. And when it was backed up by a synchro destiny moment, I knew that what I thought was wrong. I didn't think I saved him. I thought I attempted and I left him. I wasn't supposed to leave him. I was supposed to bring him with me, but I didn't because they were chasing me and they were trying to lock me down and I couldn't allow that. So I had to leave him. But I just remember telling him, let's go, let's go. They're onto us, let's go. But thank you to that white guy that I was friends with for like 2 seconds in Hawaii, because you were able to confirm to me that I did set him free. Yes, I never saw him again, but I did set him free. And that really released a lot of blockages when it came to that particular past life. So please know, you guys, these energies, just like Tobias and the demon, these demons, sometimes they're there to give you messages and things. And royal cosmic ether, that milky honey cosmic ether. All right, the next card, 37 we did. Next card is 51, you guys. Oh yeah, I fold 51. Agrippa. Agrippa. Thanks, you guys, for spending some time with me in going through this deck. This video is a little bit longer than I expected, but it's okay. It's fine. I really wanted to do a detailed video of these cards, and all the extra information is just that. Agrippa, what do you think Agrippa means? What do you think Agrippa means? Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa von Netzheim, it's a mouthful, you guys, was a notable German polymath, physician, legal scholar, and theologian, and an occult writer. Agrippa was born in September 14. So he was an occult writer. Agrippa, he wrote about the dark energies. So to be honest with you, Agrippa is a perfect example of a human getting downloads from demonic energy. Let's get into 56. Swagger. 56. Swagger. Swagger is recognized as the mode of behavior. Isn't swagger a black terminology for style and finesse? Isn't swagger like the energy vibe of, yeah, he's sexy. Yeah, she cool. Yeah, they fly. Swagger is recognized as the mode of behavior whereby one exalts one's worth and superiority to undue degree. Arrogant people hold themselves superior and are conceitful, domineering, and disdainful. The causes that trigger swagger vary. In some occasion, it is based on claims of intellect, education, atheism, or physical appearance. In others, it is founded on wealth, rank, lineage, and power. Nevertheless, it can just as easily be based on illusion or rooted in past. My thing is, why did you use in this tarot deck the word for swagger as something demonstrous or negative? Because in the black society, swagger is something good. But a lot of, to be honest with you, white people consider a black person's swag to be egotistical. To me, ego and royalty run in the same lines. But that's just me. I didn't like how he set up this card as swagger being such a bad thing. It's not, it's actually a good thing. All right. Last card I want to review because when I saw it, I didn't know what it meant. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit right here? Salah City. When I saw this card, what word came to me is Selassie, which is union, which is love. It sounds the same kind of Selassie. Selassie. But I think it's pronounced Selosity. Selosity. I'm not very smart, but I'm a great reader. Not that bright, but it's used to do something. It used to be something I do often, but I'm so into my magic now. I barely read unless I have to for like something specific. Okay, which one is this again? 57. Salacity stands for the increased desire for sexual satisfaction or sensual pleasures. Yeah, because I was thinking of one love with Selassie, one love. Selacity is sexual union. According to the predictions of many holy fathers, one of the characteristic signs of the end of ages will be the widespread and the disastrous dominance of debauchery, vile carnal promiscuity, and uncontrollable lust. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of that after the, what's it called again? The quarantine, after the quarantine. Okay. Yeah, those are the cards I wanted to show you guys. This has been a review for the Shadow of Tarot deck. I didn't expect it to go this. I don't know what I'm going to do when all my glasses break. I'm just going to be one blind motherfucker. For real. Swagger. I would have did readings in the room, but there's nobody in the YouTube live, so I can't do readings because there's nobody here. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. This has been, excuse me, my last piece of banana cake. This has been a review on the deck, the Tarot of Shadows. If you're looking for a discounted tarot card reading, please hit up my DM at Dark Goddess Scott 99 and I will offer you my reading. $99.99. The regular price of my readings are $188.99, but I will extend this discount to all who watch this live. $99.99 full 360-degree reading. Hit me up in my DM at Mambo High Priestess Ishra on Facebook. Blessed in fire, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Later. That was cool. I'm done. Have a good day, everybody. Oops. I thought I stopped it. Oops. My bad. My bad.